Yeah.
Yeah, and hello everybody, Orange Samurai here, and I am with Nino and Giovanni, who are some of the top Italian players, and they came up with this really cool idea of playing starter deck Luffy, and it did really good at this event. It got a lot of top 32 spots, and I think it went top 8, top 16. Top 16,
Yeah,
then that's
yeah.
a lot of pricing. It's a playmat, it's the uncut sheet also. No, playmat, yeah. So it is really, really good. So if you can show us the deck, we'll get through it.
4 brand news because it's the only searcher of the deck, and we need also him to set up our trash to play Moria. So Moria, Rebecca, it's really useful to have it in the starting hand because you need it. Then
We name the Navi package because
Yeah, with the Navi
it's
package.
the best way to play the deck.
yeah, the deck because I think that the only black that doesn't need to play Navi package is Lucci because that's the CP archetype, so it doesn't need that. But in general, every black deck wants to play the Navi package. Also, Moria plays a lot of Navis. For the 2K counters of the deck, we played Tutashigi, for Tsuru, and for Timon. We were playing like 4-3-3 to have 4 of these because it's a removal, so we wanted to maximize the removal. But at the end, Tsuru is more important than Shigi because you never have a lot of pots on playing this card, so we put for Tsuru because we want to have it in trash to do Moria, Reducer, Rebecca, and Brook. So you have a play to remove your opponent characters. Then the admirals of the deck are these 2, so Kuzan 4 and Borsalino. Kuzan is one of the best black cards.
3 Kusan.
Yeah, 3 Kuzan and 3
Borsalino.
Borsalino.
Okay.
Yeah. Kuzan clearly is one of the best black cards ever created. So when you build a black deck, you always think we need to try Kuzan because at the start it wasn't in the deck, but after making a lot of changes, we said okay, we need to try at least 2 Kuzan and see how does it work. And it was really, really good because we have the spots at 4 dons, at 5 dons, 6 dons to play this one. It's good against a lot of matchups.
I think when you go second in every matchup, you want to see this card. It's really good because it needs a response from the opponent, and if he responds to it, you drew a card, so you're not that much behind, and it's so good for the -4 for everything. This is the best for Don card.
Yeah, you always get value. Is Amenace on the board. It's also a repel because you can play it on 7, and your opponent cannot play Issho because if he plays Issho, it's like almost dead because then you can reduce him 4 and you have the free removal on the Issho. So that's why it's a very good card also in black mirrors in general.
Only problem, no counter. That's
No
the only
counter,
problem.
yeah. That's really one of the cards. No counter. And then Borsalino, yeah, because Borsa now with a lot of black in the meta is a really good card because they can't remove it. Only the Brook is able to remove it, and it costs 6 to do a removal. So that's why I played 3 and 3. I think that 6-4 cost is pretty balanced. So that's a good one of the best blockers because you can also revive it with Moria. You can do also Moria, Borsalino, and brand new, and draw a 2K with brand new. Then we have the Straw Hat package of this deck. Only 5 cards came out from the starter, and the other 3 that we see it later. And they are the Sanji, the 5 cost Sanji. These are very, very good removal with 5 dons. You remove a 5 cost if you have a 6 cost or more characters on board. So you can put 1 don on the leader. He with 1 don, he give +1 cost to every character. So Sanji is a 6, and he activates his effect, and he kills a 5. So that's why we played 3 because 4 seemed to be like a brick, no counter, so you can't play 4. At the start we were playing 4, but then we needed space for other cards, so we cut that. Then we played Robin. It underperformed a bit in the tournament, but there are some spots where the card is really, really crazy. For example, if you are able to do like Stage, Brook, Sanji, Robin going first, that's like gold cool. It happens maybe 1 game out of 10, but if it happens, it's GG because you have already a 5 cost 7 cost and 8 cost on board, and this is a 6k on 7 dons, so that's really good card.
But if you don't see stage, this card is not that good. That's why
Okay.
it's only two.
But also if you go second or first, no, but if you go second you can do 8 cost at 8, and at 10 on you can do Robin, -5, Rebecca, Brook, and kills a 6 cost or less. Or also you can do Robin, Brook, and 1 don on leader, so you are able to clear, because if they don't clear the 8 cost, for example against Rage or against Duffy, they need to do the Red Rock, it's really good because you can clear and put a blocker, put Robin, and that in the following turn will be crazy because you reduce every turn 5, so it's really good. And then we have Brook, that with stage is a 5 cost, it's a 4 cost with leader. It's one of the best removal of the game, of the deck, because you are able to remove with Moria thanks to this card, because you can do Moria, Ice Age, Tsuru, Brook, and kill an 8 cost. So we need to see it. We need to see 4. So that's why we played 4 copies of that card.
And this is good as well against Luffy Bai, because what a lot of players don't know, you can set this up again with Kuzan or with just having an Ice Age in hand. And when the Luffy Bai plays Luffy 5 cost on the 7 dons turn, you already have the clear setup, so you can clear and then play the 8 cost. So that's one of the best plays.
Yeah, because if you don't see Ice Age, you can't. Maybe if you don't see Ice Age and Sanji, you can't remove the 5 cost. So that's why this in combo or this only with Ice Age is really good. You need to set up that card. Then we play Rebecca. Okay, Rebecca. Everybody knows that card. I think the problem of Black is Rebecca, not Moria, because if you don't have Rebecca in this deck is trash. Rebecca made this deck really powerful because you are able to do a lot of plays with Moria. Because Moria, I think, without Rebecca is not that powerful as many people think. Also in Lucci, you can do Moria, Rebecca, Spandine. So maybe this is the card that Bandai needs to look it out. And then Sabo, 3 Sabos. We were playing 4 at the start because Sabo is really good against Mirror of Black, against Luffy Bai. So you want to see that card on curve if you go first, mainly. But at the end,
it's trash, so I guess Black Mirror this is so good against Luffy is so good, and you need trash in this deck. You have no way to trash except brand new and Sabo. So this is really important to filter out your end. As you can see, you have a lot lot of bricks so you need Sabo. At least 3x.
Also, you can do Sabo and trash brand new and Kuzan, or brand new and Rebecca, and do Rebecca brand new. So you are able to set up the trash with Sabo because you trash 2 cards that are the 2 combo pieces of Moria. And then we play 2 Ishos. In this format, Issho is, I think, you cannot play without Issho in a black deck in this post-ban format 7.5, or I don't know P8, but it's 7.5. You cannot play without it because it's too good against almost every matchup at 8 dons. Yeah, maybe at 9 is not a good play because it depends on what your opponent played, but at 8 dons is the best play of the deck, maybe. Because if your opponent plays around it also already gained value, so that's why we play 2, because we can search it with Brenner, we can do like Brenner the Star, search Issho, so we tried also 3 Issho, but 3 Issho maybe we wanted more space for this card because we are playing only 1 copy of this, with this one, so that's why we cut the 1 Issho and we put the second of this 8 cost. Then Moria, okay, Moria, nothing needs an explanation, is the God card of Black. The crazy card, so we need to play 4 because the deck without Moria is not as powerful as it was. And then we played 2 Sabo because as the deck wants to have a 8 cost on board to activate his effect and gain +1k also in your opponent turn. So it's a 6k, it's basically a white build with Moria, Sabo, and Issho. It's really powerful. We wanted to play 8 cost to have a lot of 8 cost to play on curve. A lot of options.
Also, this is the only card that we could play that double removes. We cannot play Lucci in this deck, doesn't make sense. And this gets a lot of KOs, and it's really important against Reiju, against Luffy Black Yellow as well in some turns, against Black, because you can set up with Ice Age or with Kuzan. You have a lot of setup. This is a really important.
Yeah,
card.
we said you just clear Moria and Lucci, so that's why you can do this. Okay, what? And then against Doffy is also good because we were expecting more Doffy, but they weren't like 1 or 2 out of 10 rounds you can face. And then like Ice Age, we play 3. We're testing also 2 and 4, but I think 4 is a bit of a brick because sometimes it's bricks in your hand. But it's a really strong guy because you can do this, you can do the play with Brook. With Sanji, you're able to kill at 10 cost. So that's why we're playing 3 Ice Age. And then the last card is Stage. Stage is a card that helps you against black a lot because this list with Stage makes the matchup against black easier because this one became a 7 cost, this one a 5, this one a 8 cost. So basically this list doesn't have any character that costs less than 5. So that's why it's really strong. And also we played 3 because it works as a filter because you can play 1, draw 1 card, and then you have 9 dollars. You can put 1 under the leader, and with 8 playing an 8 cost. So maybe you can do like Stage, top deck, and Moria, Sabo, Issho, playing the 8 cost, put 1 dollar under the leader, and attack with 7. So that's why I decided to play with 3 because it's like a greater option, but it doesn't reduce. It's not broken as greater option, but it's pretty good. It's a pretty good card.
No, it's really looks really solid.
Replacing itself, it's already a good effect.
All right, so really solid deck, and I want to go over some matchups here in 1 sec. So for this deck, it was a group of you playing it, so I'm not gonna necessarily ask, oh, what were your matchups? But in general, what does this deck do good against, and what does it do bad against?
Okay, so the main reason we bought it was for a meta call against Gucci and against Luffy Black Yellow. Not because we have really favorable matchups, but because the deck is slightly favored against Lucci, in our opinion, and it's 50-50 against Luffy Black Yellow. And it's the only deck that goes 50-50 against that deck.
The only black. Yeah, the only black deck.
And in the other matchups, it has similar matchups against the other decks as Lucci. For example, Reiju, you play similar. Doflamingo, you have very similar matchups. So
actually, this deck maybe playing Kuzan against Reiju, these and these are really good. And maybe you may have a curve that's better than the Lucci ones because then you're at 6k, so you're able to counter the 7k of the red with a 2k. So maybe this one is better against Reiju than Lucci because Lucci suffer a lot if you go aggro, and this one not because you stay at 6. You can do like Kuzan, reduce, Sabo, pop 2/7 cost, Ichiji, and then in the following turn, Moria, putting a blocker, 6k, 9k on board. It's really good if you are able to do that curve. And also, the thing that makes this deck stronger against Reiju is that Kuzan, Reiju is not able to bounce Kuzan, is not able to bounce Borsalino, Rebecca, because it's a 5 cost. So the blue ones cannot bounce Kuzan 4. And yes, there are a lot of opponents who were like surprised, oh no, I can't bounce this one, so I can play blue, and I need to find another play in this turn, and it's bad because it's really good against Rage.
The only real problem of the deck is Nami. Against Nami,
Nami is the like it depends on the trigger of Nami, and also it depends on how much you've tested it, because if you don't test the matchup against Nami, you don't know how to play against Nami, how to attack, how to deal with their board state, their events, their counter events, you just lose. At the end, we found like a game plan that was pretty solid, but if they triggers a lot, you just lose. As every black deck, because also Lucci, even if he plays the 6 was Brook, is a disadvantage matchup even for Lucci. Then other matchups, I think Doff is similar to Reiju because he plays like 2 bodies. This one is the MVP card against Doffy, and also you try to starve Doffy. You starve Doffy because it's the best strategy. Then Bonnie is like Lucci matchup, maybe a bit
less favored than
less favored than the Lucci because you don't have Shigan, but still favored. And Other matchups.
I think Perona is a buy
Perona,
with this
Perona
deck.
is free because
You
Perona
have only 5 costs, so
only 5 costs. You can't rest anything. You need to play Belmare. You pop Belmare with Brook, so you don't want the Belmare to stick on board because it's the free reducer on a 5 cost and is able to rest. But without Belmare, he's not able to rest anything.
The Zoro never sticks. There is nothing.
Zoro never
Your
sticks,
Morias
yeah,
are better
yeah.
than his, so
Yeah, so it's an easy matchup. There is like Lucci. Okay, Lucci, I think that with stage, if you go first or second, it depends on how many Moria spell he's able to do, and also how many Moria or Sabo spell you're able to do. If you go second and this card enter the game, I think that most of the times we just win the game. The only out that Lucci has is if you go first and he's able to play Issho at 8 dons and picks the right cards, we just lose. I lost a game against Lucci for this reason yesterday because he played Issho, he picked the only removals I had. I wasn't able to remove Issho on the following tour, so I just lose. But that's an high roll play, so you can do anything with that and you just lose. But that's the power of Issho. That's why he's really good. And also, if you see Kusan 7, then they can't play Issho. And if you have Stage and Robin, they can't play Issho because we have an 8 cost. Issho, they don't swing at life because you are at 6k, so they don't do.
No, actually they swing 5. No, they do because
Yeah, they do
minus
5. Yeah, but with the with the -1. Yeah,
But it's still good because this
still
sticks
good,
and then
it
you
sticks and then you win because this is a
I think
7k
these are the matchups.
reducer. Other matchups,
Luffy Black Yellow, I mean, you just play value.
Yeah,
These
Luffy Black
cost
Yellow.
5 dons, so they cannot pop it with Luffy Rocket. So you have a little bit more time. You play Issho. You have Sabo for when they go for Luffy 5 cost, and you have 8 dons. You can respond with this
something.
and play and already place a big body on the board. And then you play value and you are 6k base. So that's why you are better than Lucci against.
Yeah, because you can counter an 8k of the Luffy 5 cost with 2k 1k, the Moria 2k 2k. You block with Rebecca free the leader attack because he's not able to remove it. Only with Shigan, but if he pays 4 to remove Rebecca, it's good for us because that's not a free removal with the Luffy again when he draw one card.
At 6 dons we have these as well, so we have a lot of
out. Yeah, and also you can do like Sanji Ice Age and kill the Tenko Skuzan for against the new list that are playing that card. So that card doesn't anything against us. And also I think that Luffy Black Yellow is the deck that made us find this deck because the story of this deck is like I was playing one night at 5 a.m. There was Johnny in my house in my hometown because we stayed like 10 days testing in my house to prepare for this event, and he was sleeping. It was like 5 a.m. I was playing on ranked and I was playing Luffy Black Yellow because I came up with the choice to play Luffy Black Yellow at nuts. I faced one mirror and I lost the mirror on ranked because he played more than me and they said no, I can't go sleep with one lost in ranked, so I need to play another game. I can lose this mirror 3 more against 0. That's too bad. So I played another match. I faced this deck because I was low ranked. I didn't play any ranked too much because I played a lot early. I find a lot of random decks and I found this one and I said no, another random decks. I want to go back to main and search another match because I don't want to test against it.
And
I said,
you lost.
I can play against that. Okay. Let's see. So during the match I did a misplay because I do the Luffy Ged on Rebecca and I said, oh shit, I can't pop Rebecca with Luffy Ged. And then I did like 8k with Luffy and the counter, 2k 1k, 9 with Moria, 2k 2k, 11 with the leader, Brook with Rebecca, and I was like, oh shit, but this deck is impressive. It seems to the leader effect seems to be really impressive. So I was playing a really weird list, like 4 spell, the 1 cost spell of the starter, the Asop of the starter. He wasn't playing this. I think he was playing Issho. He wasn't playing like Kusan. A lot of like Robin was playing Ice Age. He wasn't playing.
Yeah, we came a long
Brook.
way.
So we did a lot of a lot of version of the list. Maybe I think we did almost no, at least 5 versions or 6.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
like in the span of 2 weeks we tried it.
Yeah, a
Pretty
lot
much
of cards. Yeah,
we-
and we were lucky because we were in the same house, so we were testing every day. And five of the guys, not only one that were in there, topped Gianluca, but the other like Johnny, Gianluca, Luigi, and Carmine. Shout out to Carmine because he was the one that thought that Sabo could have worked in the deck because he said against Edge is good, so we need to try it, and we put this
and
card.
this was all of
group
us
effort.
coming together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it was
yeah.
interesting. It's like how you know, as a
Yeah.
team, y'all came together. And
Yeah,
you got
that's
the idea.
cool.
Yeah, the
That's-
last version
Yeah.
was.
But
was
there were a lot of funny stories because I didn't want to leak the list. I didn't
Yeah.
want the list to be leaked, so I tried to kill Luigi a lot of times. He's still alive, unfortunately. But I tried to kill a lot of time because I was feeling that people were playing it on ranked, so it was risky to play it on ranked because if the list was leaked,
They will see it.
yeah, the
Yeah.
surprise factor was one of the elements.
yeah,
that,
the surprise
that's
factor was
allowed
too
us
good.
to.
Yeah, they do it definitely in other games. Definitely, they want to keep it in a closed circle so it doesn't get shown.
Yeah, and if
No.
people,
Especially
people,
with this, because
Yeah, that is very
Yeah,
spicy.
it's
Yeah,
not
I don't
even-
think
it's
anybody
not even-
expected that.
for me right now, it's the best black deck.
I can see it.
There isn't any best black decks in this format.
Yeah, mono black.
Because against Luffy against Luffy Black Yellow is the only one that is able to win. Against Luchi, I think you are able to win. Okay, if you go first, maybe it's disadvantages for Issho, but you are able to win. It's not a bad matchup. It's 50-50. And okay, Nami maybe Luchi has the 6 crossbow, so it's better. But I think this one is the best black deck right now. And in OPO8, it gains consistency. It gains a lot of consistency in OP8. We need only to figure it out
Oh, I was gonna ask,
how
yeah,
to change
about
a
the
list.
future for this
but
deck,
you
yeah.
just put 4 Jack in this deck,
Yeah,
and you
it's
just
crazy.
change
Fixes your
something
curve,
because
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I was-
it's
I was
very nice to
thinking
know.
just-
Yeah,
It's a
Robin,
feature for this
Robin
deck,
is
sure.
kind of awkward now because you have to draw it with the stage. But with Jack, you
Jack,
can play Robin on curve
Robin,
on 6 and
always.
then Jack on 8 don.
you can do like
So good.
you can do like Jack into Robin and remove an 8 cost.
Eight cost.
So that's crazy. But we Jack this deck and then
And with
Jack.
Ice Age, you can remove a 13 cost. So if
Yeah,
they
you
play
are able
Jack,
to remove Jack of Luch.
yeah, they
you
play
have the
Jack,
out.
and then you play Jack that removes their Jack, and then you win. It's because
And
you
the
are
crazy factor also is that Jack in our deck is a 12 cost, so Lucci needs to do Ice Age to remove it because if he does Ice Age Tempest, it's -8 leader -9.
It's still a 3.
It's still a 3, so he cannot remove with Moria. He needs an El Mepo, Azul and Trash. Being a 12 cost is crazy. It's
Yeah.
more power than 11 cost.
That was a new mechanic they wanted to implement. Yeah.
Yeah,
Increase the cost.
yesterday already I was thinking on the list and I came up with a strong list. But it's not difficult to build now. You just want to play
We
for
just put
Jack.
every good black card.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, generic is good, but a question. So, when do you submit? When do you finalize this list?
Like 2 or 3 days before.
Okay, couple of days.
Yeah, it's really because
Okay.
I was flaming with my teammates because I wanted to play this stage because
Yeah.
I played
they were
against
playing
team.
like,
I played against team and against Luigi with this deck with another deck without
Yeah,
stage.
with 12 to
12 to
2K
Ks,
counter.
without-
And he was like scooping some of the games because he had like 7 2Ks in hand.
Yeah,
He wasn't
I
able
wa-
to play.
It was impossible without like these 5 cards and others. I don't remember perfectly, but I played against Luci and I did like 4-1 for Luci and it was like no impossible.
Yeah,
and
I
they
was
were,
winning every day. I was
yeah,
winning
they
every
were
game.
telling me, you told us that you had a very strong deck,
deck.
the clock deck, and this deck is shit. So I
Yeah, but
said,
no. Just playing this makes the matchup versus Luci so much better
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I like
this
the
card
stage.
becomes 7. It's so hard to deal with. It's
yeah, and
too hard to deal
then we changed it. We played this one, and
they were
I made
kicking
like
ass.
8-2 to Luci. So it was a crazy,
It was not even close.
a crazy result. It was really difficult for him because this one always stick on board.
Even,
Is a
I
7.
even lost one
It
game
wasn't-
when I played like 2 Morias and then I used 3 spells in one turn.
Yeah,
and
and he lost that
I
game.
lost the game. So
that was crazy.
at that point I was like, yeah, we need to play this deck.
Yeah,
There's no way we're not playing.
because
this.
of the pressure you put. Because with one don, it's a 7 swing to life. With this, it's a one don on this one 7. So you put a lot of pressure, and
And it's
just
just
win
so hard
against Luchi.
to finish the games against this deck because he's a 6K.
A 6K,
so
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
too
because
hard.
you're also always finding something new to play. Because I remember you guys put on the stage for before, and you won the regional with that. Remember that?
The Saga
Ah,
stage.
Saga,
it was
yeah,
on the stage,
Matteo,
so
yeah, Matteo, yeah.
It was something people weren't playing that often. It's like, oh, you brought into it, so you
Luffy
did.
RP.
Yeah, so maybe now
It was Luffy
based-
RP,
Yeah.
Matteo Saga stage, me, Luffy, and Roberto. We are waiting for well,
Roberto is co- is
no,
cooking.
he was cooking low, red green low in at the start of the
So
game.
definitely based on the influence you caused this weekend, we'll definitely probably be seeing this on Friday for the LCQ, on Saturday for the main event. Definitely, you got a lot of people's eyes, and it's a big debate on how this deck is doing going to do
Yeah.
next week probably.
I think that in the US in the near nuts next week
Yeah, they're going.
we may
they're going to be seeing
we
this.
may see one.
For sure, I believe it. Yeah,
on
definitely.
top.
They're
I'm
gonna
a
see that
little
list.
sad. I think we got a little bit unlucky in Top Cut, so I'm a little sad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
all
got
all
that-
got unlucky.
a very,
We all
very
got
unlucky.
It happens. It's part of the game.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, do you want to shout out anybody in particular? So you know,
Like,
Matteo that is not here.
Yeah,
Matteo that is not here.
the testing
Also,
group was
Carmine, that is the other guy that made top.
Messi.
Lorenzino Messi, yeah.
Yeah, all our testing
Because
group is
also
is
Lorenzino was a guy that was in the part of the story of the deck because when I told the guys this deck maybe is strong because Rebecca is not removable by Luffy, and at the start everyone said no you are smoking this bad what you say Lucci is the best deck.
Yeah, it was the
And
first
then
one was
Lorenzino came play one day, the same day, I think the next day. He went to a local. He was testing with Roberto. He made like 5-0.
Yeah,
5-0
he destroyed it.
with this deck against Luffy Becchiello with a bad list at the start of this creation. And Lorenzino said, no, Nino, this deck is crazy. We need to build this deck. So we started to build after that.
Yeah, shout out to the testing group.
What
in
butterfly
general.
effect of me not going to that local that day.
Remember, imagine.
all right.
So,
yeah, this
that's
was
it.
super awesome to see. Happy you guys, got top cut and everything. Maybe see you guys at Udrich. Sign up next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
We hope
So,
sign up.
We want to come to North America to play one chance, but we are not able to do.
Yeah, that one's
we
a little
can't.
different for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, we need
But
to do.
if you want to come to a regional, wide open, guys.
I think next year we come to a region, we try to qualify for nuts and then go to nuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
qualify, we need to
Please.
qualify.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because her boy did it last time too, I believe. He
he
went to
went
Canada.
one. Yeah,
He went to
one.
Canada. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it. Big congrats on all your stops. Hopefully I see you guys in Udrich. If not, maybe next time. Maybe in Japan. Who knows? So
Yeah.
thank you guys again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.